Again, I'm Thomas Michele. I'm the chair of the Faculty Student Senate, and in that capacity, I've been asked to introduce President BHARUCHA. But I'm also an alumnus, and I've worked in the library since 1991. And I've always heard the refrain, for such a small place, why is there so little communication around Cooper Union? President BHARUCHA has been in office since July 1st, and in those 4.5 months, and it's easy to forget that it's been a mere 4.5 months, there has been more communication at Cooper Union than I've seen in the last 20 years. President BHARUCHA began listening well before our financial distress became apparent. He wanted to hear each of our concerns, and we weren't shy about voicing them. And he continues that process to this day. We have at Cooper and beyond a number of channels through which we can make our voices heard. Along with the direct democracy of the social media, we have student organizations, we have the bargaining units, and we have the Faculty Student Senate, which will have its own subsite on cooper.edu by the beginning of next semester. And I'd also, at this point, like to thank my fellow members of the Senate for their hard work and commitment throughout the process of getting the Senate off the ground last year and for tackling head-on the manifold issues that arose this year. Thank you. I would also like to mention that there is in development a website for both task forces that are in development, the revenue generating task force and the cost saving task force. And on that website, you'll be able to receive news as well as send in your comments and your ideas. The personality, the culture of our community is manifest here among us. But a spirit of openness, of listening, of change, cannot exist unless it exists with those entrusted with the leadership of our community. I am pleased to turn over at this time the lectern to JAMSHED for his first presidential address.
Thank you, Tom. I must say the Senate, the newly constituted Senate elected by faculty and students has come into existence not a day too, too soon and has really risen to the challenge of addressing some of the difficult issues we have here. So thank you for Tom for your very, very sensitive leadership of the Senate and for all of the other Senate members here, students and faculty alike. So 5 months and 1 week ago, it's 5 months and 1 week ago, Jesse, our two puppies, and I began our new life at Cooper Union. It has been a distinct honor and privilege to assume the presidency of this historic institution. As the 12th president in the Peter Cooper succession. Now, taking a new job is always an adventure. Many people stay in one job all their lives. It is always an adventure. And I was ready for an adventure. And I am thrilled that it has proved to be one. Despite the turmoil, I wake up each day inspired by the institution, by its founder, and most of all, by you all, the people who I serve. This is the end of this semester, and students are hard at work, including the students in my course, some of whom are working hard on their papers. And Cooper Union is a place where students work extremely hard. So this is a challenging time, and I certainly understand that for a lot of students right now, they're doing what we as a faculty would want them to be doing. But I look forward to our students coming to our home tomorrow for the study break. We will have some ice cream, for which I have a great weakness, and have a chance to relax for a few minutes between study sessions. And I also look forward to spending time with students in January with Dean Baker, who has organized a ski trip. I'm myself a beginner. I'll be on the beginner slopes, even though I spent many, many years in Hanover, New Hampshire. And so for those who are going to be on the beginner slopes, we'll get to know each other, we'll fall together. It's not about skiing, it's about building community and getting to know each other, as Jesse and I had a chance to do when we were in the fall, again with Dean Baker at the Cape Cod orientation. My remarks today are going to be in three parts. First, I want to thank all of our constituents and thank our donors and go through some of the extraordinary gifts that have come through just in this fiscal year. Second, I want to reflect a bit about this extraordinary institution, its unique characteristics, and the tremendous opportunities that we have going forward, as well as the very significant challenges. I want to briefly summarize the financial challenges. Without going into too much detail, we can address some of those in questions, both the short-term and the long-term challenges. And then finally, in the third part, to talk about the process that we will use going forward to elicit ideas, both on the revenue side and the cost side, to put the institution on a stable financial footing. So first, this is an amazing community, and Jesse and I want to thank you all for the warm welcome. When we walk our puppies down the street, often bump into faculty members and students and alumni, and a lot of what we learn about the institution are from those informal discussions, which are as important as the more formal avenues for communication that we have utilized and that we will continue to utilize, this being one of them. And I hope we can have this kind of meeting at least once a semester, but also there's the Senate, there are our union leadership groups, there are other bodies, there's the Alumni Council, there's the Student Council of Leaders. I will look forward to communicating through all of these bodies, but also through a lot of one-on-one, to meeting with faculty and students in their schools, to meeting with alumni in their places of work and home. Because I think we do need to communicate. And what I have learned is that there is a yearning to communicate. And I think you will find that I'm ready to spend from 7 in the morning, even 6, until 11 at night, meeting with you, and many of you and many alumni who are not here today have availed themselves of that opportunity. We've had, as Jesse knows well, waiting while the dinner gets cold, that I've often taken from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. working with alumni to hear about their concerns and to talk a little bit about problems. So communication is going to be key. I want to thank all of our constituents and constituencies for the extraordinary work that they do at Cooper Union. The faculty. The faculty are really the core of the institution in so many ways because they are responsible for the educational experience our students receive. And here I want to make sure that all faculty are acknowledged. The full-time faculty, the proportional faculty, our adjunct faculty who play such an important role in providing this amazing education. The staff. there are a lot of people who work behind the scenes, who make it possible for the work to continue. And I want to thank you all. The alumni. The alumni have, as I have seen, a passion for the institution. And that is so valuable. Most importantly, it's about the students. And I decided to teach a class this fall, even though that's probably not, it was not advisable, you know, in the first semester of a new presidency, but it seemed to me we're here for the students, today's students, and the students hereafter, into the future as long as the institution is around. And it was important for me, and I decided to teach something that involved students from all schools. And that's been really a real pleasure. But all of our students are, and I will go through in a minute some of the unique characteristics that I've learned mostly from the students about this great institution. Now we've got some good news today. We have a community that has stepped up philanthropically, and I want to take some time to acknowledge by name some of those who have stepped up. I can't acknowledge everyone, but I certainly want to acknowledge by name those who have stepped up at the highest magnitudes. A 100,000 gift from Claire Wesselman. It's actually a long and wonderful list, so maybe we should withhold our applause, and then I'll ask you to join me in thanking all. Claire, I was just on the phone with her literally an hour ago. She couldn't be with us, even though her studio is right here, but she's getting ready to take the Tom Wesselman an exhibit on the road. A $100,000 gift from Irma Weiss, which is a matching grant, which she would like to see matched. Irma, as some of you who know, a very feisty and committed alumna of our School of Art, has stepped up. A $100,000 gift from Ed Durbin. $100,000 gift from Alex Katz, in addition to the chair that he had established. $110,000 gift from Isaac Heller, and a $40,000 gift from Sandra Rose, who has already been an extremely generous donor to this institution. A portion of her gift is in honor of a faculty member by whom she has been inspired. She's actually taking a course through continuing education now, and that has moved her to step up. $27,000 gift from Frederick Dornheim, which is for current use scholarship. And a $1 million anonymous gift given by a non-alumna as a challenge to be matched. This person wanted to be anonymous only because at this stage in this person's life, this person didn't want to have everybody else coming knocking on the door. I actually called up and said, please, would you agree to be recognized? And the person, no, I just want to give this, and I don't want everybody hassling me for gifts to their organization or saying, why didn't you give it to us? Now, this is a one-to-one match for new gifts in this fiscal year, and a one-to-one match for increases in gifts given after July 1 of this year. This same donor has offered young alumni a 2-to-1 match, all totaling $1 million. Now here are some very, very encouraging statistics. And this is for the fiscal year to date. Giving through the annual fund is up 64% to $817,000 as of yesterday. And we still have a few weeks left in this calendar year for those who may want to get a tax deduction. Now, this is up from $499,000 last year at the same time. We've seen a 39% increase in the number of donors to the annual fund. People who have a lot of experience in development know that percentages like that, 39% increase in participation, those are large numbers. We have 959 donors compared with 690 last year at the same time. Our participation rates for alumni year to date are 6.2% for the annual fund versus 4.2% last year at this time, and 7% overall, including alumni and others, versus 5.7% last year. I want to thank all of these generous donors for their gifts and their pledges, especially those who responded recently to the challenge. A few more notes. I'm not done with philanthropy yet. Corporations and foundations were very important to our institution, as well as parents and trustees. First, corporations and foundations. A gift from the Lydia Schubert Foundation to support a landmark scholarly project in architecture. The project is being led by Professor Diane Lewis, who many of you know. I've spent a lot of time with Diane, and she's pulling together an extraordinary project that involves student work. And I certainly look forward to seeing that. The Karen and Jay Pritzker Foundation. Karen Pritzker is somebody that Jesse and I have known and has provided a $25,000 gift for special initiatives, including matching a portion of the Schubert Foundation gift to architecture, as well as supporting the groundbreaking work of the Center for Sustainable Engineering, Architecture, Materials, Manufacturing, and Minimalism. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's headed by an extraordinary faculty member, Professor Toby Cumberbatch, which provides transformational experiences to students from all three schools on sustainable design in Ghana. $55,000 from Gelman Foundation for the Saturday Outreach Program, a very important way for us to reach out to our local community. $100,000 from the Rudin Foundation for the Institute for Sustainable Design, which will add up to a total of $500,000 from the Rudin Foundation. $100,000 from Con Ed for current and summer programs. $100,000 from the Robin Hood from the Robin Hood Foundation for immigrant retraining. $52,000 from Stavros Niarchos Foundation for exhibitions. $150,000 from the Petrie Foundation, a pledge over 3 years for a new student emergency fund. These are all major gifts. Major gifts are defined as gifts over $10,000. I can't read all of the gifts over $10,000 because there are 56 of them just in this fiscal year, representing a dollar amount increase of more than $2 million. Parents, we have seen a 79% increase in contributions to the annual fund from the parents of our students and former students, an increase to $94,000 from $52,000 last year at this time, and we expect 3 major gifts of $10,000 or more, totaling $40,000. Last year we had no major gifts in this category. So parents have stepped up. Thank you. And our Board of Trustees, stepping up as well, with a 28% increase in the level of giving compared to last year. So please join me in thanking all of our generous donors.